What's up, y'all? This is unboxing part 2. And this one, if you can't already tell by what's on the box, is something that you don't see from me very often. Anyone who has been following me for any, remotely significant amount of time knows that I've been with Ernie Ball Music Man for close to 6 years now. And that is a company that, for the record, I will never part ways with. But hey, different guitars for different purposes, right? You're not always looking for a shred stick. And when it comes to that, I grew up playing Gibsons. I grew up on a Les Paul, and I've been very fortunate in the recent months to have gotten in touch with Trent Blake over at Gibson A&R, and we've decided to start working together. So I guess this is an announcement of sorts that I am now endorsing both Ernie Ball and Gibson. Let's open her up. Hopefully this goes better than the Ernie Ball opening did, because that was embarrassing. I'm on the wrong... No, I'm on the right side. Okay, guitar's upside down, though. Why am I so bad at this? You can't tell. This guitar is resting on a keyboard stand. Yeah. Slowly. That brown case is so sick, man. All right, we got the case out of the box. My phone, aka microphone, is resting haphazardly on this keyboard stand. All right, here we go. Wait, did I miss one? No. Am I just stupid? Oh, what's going on? No, I got it. Woo! I fucking love a Les Paul Custom, dude. Look at that thing. All right, so this brand new Les Paul Custom is the new 70's Les Paul Custom that Gibson has. I guess it's not officially a reissue, because reissues are typically of a specific year, whereas this, as I understand it, is something that is meant to sort of encompass the spirit of pretty much an entire decade. This finish is called Buttercream, inspired by what they used to call Tuxedo, which was a white top guitar with the black back and sides, which is really, really cool. They got the witch hat style knobs here. These are calibrated T-type pickups, which are basically, as I understand it, just a hotter, more modernized version of the 70's pickups. And they got the Grover tuners on the back there, and it's got the double binding, which honestly, dude, the double binded, that's why I love the Les Paul Custom. The binding on the front and back. It's just aesthetically, I think it's like unbeatable. It's got a volute, which, if any of you don't know what a volute is, it's this little bump here on the back of the headstock. Gibsons, as we all know, have a pretty significant break angle on their headstocks, and can therefore poetically be prone to breakage if they fall. But the volute is something that kind of protects against that a little bit. I don't really know why that's not a normal thing. I think I know why. I think the purists got mad about it, and that's why they took it away. But I think it's perfect. I think it's sick. The big difference between this and any other Les Paul that's going to be in the USA shop is that this has a maple neck instead of a mahogany neck, which is true to the 70's specs. Also have these. I can't remember what the strap buttons are called. Can you see that? This is so unadvisable. But there's those like diamond strap buttons, which is really cool. Man, this thing is just gorgeous. I'm super, super psyched. You know what? Let's put it up against the custom. Bam. What are the major differences? Okay, so right off the bat, I think, let us gingerly touch our tips. Okay, so the custom shop custom is a hair thicker. The body thickness is a little bit greater on the custom shop than it is on the USA. The binding ply is different. There's more, I think this is like 7 ply on the front and 5 ply on the back versus 5 ply on the front and 3 ply on the back. But the ebony on this one actually looks even better, I think. It's pretty close. And I believe, if I'm looking, God, that light is really bright. There's definitely different frets on this one, which they're not as tall and they're not as wide, it seems, as on the custom shop, which makes sense. The 70's guitars are known as fretless wonders, which luckily this is not that bad. All right, yeah, so that's the rundown on this one as far as the specs are concerned. If I missed anything, Google it. Sorry. But yeah, let's plug her in, see how she sounds. Okay, we're plugged in, and we're going to do some experimenting on the amp side of things as well, because I haven't had a lot of time to mess with some of these new pedals that I've got here. So as far as the amp goes, we're running into my Mesa Badlander, which is a 100 watt EL34 based rectifier amp. And then going in the front, we're going to mess around with a couple of different pedals that my friends at Marshall sent me. So the first one that we're going to mess with is this 1959 Super Lead overdrive. Two opposite ends of the of the amp spectrum here, with a sort of plexi style overdrive in front of what is typically considered a, you know, what we'll call a butt rock staple. All right, so we are plugged in, turned on, we are rolling everywhere and in tune, loosely anyway. So here we go. All right, so like I said, everything at noon here. Okay, so right off the bat, this thing very much has that bark, or that sort of that top end sparkle that you kind of only get out of a Les Paul. As I really like that. Let's drive it a little bit. Actually, before we drive it with the pedal, let's go to the crush. What's the difference there? Honestly, between the crunch and the crush, it's not like the most massive difference, but it is a little bit more saturated, a little bit more bottom-endy, so maybe we'll keep it there. So I'm going to try backing down the gain here and then compensating with the pedal here. It's not bad. I'm probably only going to wind up playing Darkness riffs, because how can you not with a white Les Paul Custom, right? What did I do there? Cool. All right. Well, it definitely does the classic rock thing. Let's see what we can get tuning it down and bumping the gain a bit. I was initially not going to keep that sound on camera, but maybe it's a good way to illustrate that this thing is not weight relieved, nor should it be, in my opinion. Les Paul's supposed to be back painfully. Those aren't words. Les Paul's supposed to be heavy. Fact. All right, so we're bumping the gain a bit more at this point. We have swapped out the pedal for the Marshall JVM overdrive, and then in the effects loop, we're doing the ultimate V, sort of, actually, not quite a V, but we're running the Mesa Boogie 5-band Mark Series EQ. So I'll let you hear. Oh god, I can't make it. Why am I like this? All right, so this is without the EQ. Oh, I forgot to tune down. Pretty sick, pretty mid-rangey, but we're gonna scoop that shit right now. I really gotta bump the volume there and just bring those mids down. Oh, there we go. All the noise is gone now. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe a bit scooped, bit too scooped. But now I don't like when I bring it back. Hold on, what do we do? There we go, bring it back on the amp a little bit. Alright, now we're getting into metal territory here. I remember riffs. You know, I should have known, when you plug a Les Paul into a rectifier, all roads lead to Mark Morton. I'm afraid to try leads on this thing because you guys are watching, but here goes. Nope, we're gonna fix this. Bump the gain a bit. Oh god, she's yelling at me. That's all you get, and it sucks. Honestly, man, this thing is pretty fucking rad. I will admit, while I was likely to be stoked to some degree either way, I did have some skepticisms about this, simply because it's being marketed as a custom, but it's not coming from the custom shop, and that inherently doesn't really compute with me. And there are some visible differences when it comes to the construction. You know, we talked about the binding plies and things like that, but the neck profile feels great. The pickups feel great. It's not super harsh. It's very forgiving. Honestly, my biggest thing that I dislike aesthetically is the witch hat knobs, but I'm probably gonna swap those out anyway, to be honest. Does have some shorter frets on it, which takes a little bit getting used to. It's coming from the more modern Les Paul, but it's a very, very quick and short learning curve, you know, hopefully y'all like the way that it sounded, but I thought it sounded sick. So, survey says, if you're thinking about buying one, buy it, because it rules. Again, big thank you to Trent and the folks at Gibson. I'm going to be working this into the live array for sure, as much as I possibly can anyway. Yeah, really stoked to see how this fares with the live rig and running some more high gain tones on it. But for now, that'll be all. Thanks for watching.